The Wellness Hour. An in-depth discussion with today's top physicians and medical leaders. And now, your host, Randy Alvarez.
You're watching The Wellness Hour, leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, what you need to know about dental implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Mike Golpa. Dr. Golpa, welcome to the program.
How are you?
Now, we have an exciting show today, actually, because we have two of your patients that both, after the dental implant procedure, bit into apples.
Right.
Okay.
Well, what do? I usually videograph all the patients right after the surgery. I have them bite on an apple, so they can gain their confidence.
And why do you do that? Just to show that they're strong?
Yeah, just to show that it's strong and they can depend on it.
Now, in all areas of dentistry, and you're known as the go-to guy for cosmetic dentistry in Las Vegas. There's no question about that. But now the shift into dental implants, or maybe it's not a shift. You've always been focused on both?
It's not a shift. I always did dental implants, and because it's part of the, when you do full mouth reconstruction, it's always part of a full mouth reconstruction. So you have to place some implants in case there's a missing tooth. But I always give the patients the options. What would be the best options for them?
Is it more fun, the dental implant patients?
Yeah, because they are the implant patient really, you would change their lives as far as their eating, not only they're going to get a beautiful smile, but they get their function back, which they never had. If they have loose teeth, they're not going to eat everything.
Now, I've talked to an oral surgeon about this, and they say a lot could go wrong, Randy. You got to be careful who you go to.
It's very technique sensitive. It's a technique sensitive, so you really have to know where you want to go to. It's not like conventional implants that you're replacing one or two teeth. Okay, conventional implants, a lot of oral surgeons do. There are general dentists out there that do it. But this technique, which is called all-on-4.
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 What does that mean?
Meaning all the teeth's going to be screwed onto 4 implants.
Okay, so like the bottom 4 implants?
The bottom 4 implants, the top 4 implants.
That's something that's fixed.
And it's fixed. And the breakthrough, there's no sinus lift, there's no bone grafting, and patients gets the benefit to enjoy the fixed bridge right after the surgery.
And they can bite into an apple.
The next day, they can bite into anything they want.
You have to be afraid, though, when you tell a patient, okay, you have these brand new
Actually, they're more afraid than I am. So
really?
I know that thing's going to be really fixed, and I know they can bite on anything they want.
Okay, now you become the go-to guy in Las Vegas for dental implants. But what are the fears out there? Maybe that you could lay to rest about dental implants.
The first fear is if there's pain involved. There's hardly any pain because it's less invasive. If you have the CT scan, if you have a surgical guide which has already been made, there's no incision, so there's no suture. We do this study, and it's so easy that we can go ahead and place the implants onto our software to see exactly what size implants. And everything is predictable. We know exactly where those implants are supposed to go, what's the density of the bone.
These aren't mini implants, are they?
No, these are not mini implants.
Do you like mini implants?
No, I'm not. I don't believe in mini implants. I look at them as a temporary implant.
You don't like them?
No.
Gimmicky, maybe?
Probably, I don't use them, but if any surgeon uses it, it would be if mini implants would be used for maybe something temporary.
Who's the typical patient, by the way? What are the age ranges?
Patients, the best candidate for all-on-4 procedures are the patients who are about to lose their teeth, or patients who have dentures for a period of 5 to 10 years. The longer they have the denture, the lesser they become the candidate for this procedure.
Okay. You say if they're healthy enough to walk into your office,
I would be able to.
You could probably get them fitted.
I would probably be able to, 95%, I would be able to give them a fixed bridge in one day.
So men and women?
It doesn't make
half
a
and
difference.
half? Who comes in more? More women?
50-50. 50-50. Whoever who is suffering from loose teeth and they have periodontal disease, or they have denture which is not fitting right, and they don't want to have something removable, they want to have something fixed. Those are my patients.
Okay, in prepping for this interview, you said you wanted to make sure we talked about this, that there are patients that have been turned down elsewhere, that have been told you're not a candidate for dental implants.
Many dentists, they don't have the experience and the technology to perform this procedure.
So they're telling patients
that they're not the candidate because they are thinking the conventional way of placing an implant and waiting 6 months to 9 months for bone integration to take place. And not only it's costly for the patients, The healing time is much longer, and there's much more involved.
So in a perfect situation, 3-4 appointments, and they get their teeth back. Is that right?
Basically, in
a perfect
2 appointments.
2 appointments.
First appointment is about 2.5 hours. Second appointment about 10 minutes.
So we've known each other, what, 6 months, I guess?
Right.
And the week you were coming on the show, I talked to a periodontist right here, and from Palm Desert, California. She says that it's impossible. You can't do 4 implants to secure a denture.
I hear that all the time.
You do?
Hear that all the time, but more and more specialists and dentists are becoming familiar with this technology.
Good.
And
you're doing it every day, every week.
We do it every day. We do about 4 to 5 surgery every week with this typical procedure.
People are living a long time today. So for people worried about
that's true.
the
They
money,
want to benefit. You know, they want to go ahead and be able to benefit their life the best that it can be. You know. So
I love your take on the recession. You say that's a good time to invest in yourself.
Right. Exactly.
It's a sure investment.
Life is too short. You know.
Okay.
So better get the best of it.
We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're going to meet some of your patients. 2 patients that both, after the surgery, bit into an apple. This is amazing.
Exactly.
I haven't seen the tape yet.
Yeah.
You're watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. You don't want to miss. In fact, call your friends with dentures. You don't want to miss this next segment. We'll be right back.
Are you kidding?
Not going to happen.
Gross.
Smile Designs by Golpa offers a unique and long-lasting alternative to dentures, full dental implants, permanent teeth. Restore your radiant smile, eat what you want, and rediscover the confidence and lifestyle you deserve.
All in one appointment.
Thank you, Dr. Golpa.
No denture.
Smile Designs by Golpa. Call us today, 641-7111.
You're watching The Wellness Hour, leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, what you need to know about dental implants. With us, we have Dr. Golpa and one of his patients, Frank Vlamings. Frank, welcome to the program.
Nice. Hi, Randy.
Yeah, tell me about Frank.
Well, Frank was concerned about his remaining teeth on the upper, and he had a removable appliance on one side. And
so his upper teeth had to go?
His upper teeth had to come out, and he didn't want to go to a denture. So
what about his lower?
His lower, he had a overdenture implant, which he would take in and out.
Okay.
But his main concern was the upper because he didn't want to have a full denture on top.
So Frank, how did you hear about Dr. Golpa?
I actually found him on the internet. I did a lot of research there. I checked with other dentists there, especially surgeons, and I called them up and asked them what their technology was, the technique that they were using. I had these lower implants placed in there.
Okay.
At that time, there was a clean slate. There were no teeth at all in the lower part of the mouth, and therefore, when they did that, it took 6 months. 6 months from the September 2002 to March 2003 before they finally had it all in there. Then another problem I had, and that's why I did not want to go back to that same technology again, that the bridge what were placed over across the implants, it broke 4 times.
Your lower
The lower ones. The lower ones. So then I said I have to get new implants on the upper part of my mouth, and I want to find out which doctor actually does it differently than it was done before.
Do they feel like your own teeth?
They feel exactly now, the new ones feel like they're part of me. They're not a part of a story or something. I know what it is like to be without teeth. I know what it is like to be when the standard denture falls out of your mouth. It's so embarrassing. I mean, that's good if you're at home, but if you're in a restaurant, nothing is embarrassing. You have to cover your mouth, you know.
So your upper is fixed, or is the lower fixed?
The upper one
so
is
the upper
fixed.
never
the
comes
upper
out.
One never comes out.
Does it feel like? I mean, they feel like your own teeth.
Absolutely.
Let me see you smile with those. They look great. So it's cosmetic. Do people compliment you on your smile?
Oh, they say you're taking 10 years off, and I asked the doctor if they could take more off, you know, but he said that's where I stopped.
Just 10 years. That's all I can do, 10 years. And so your lower, the lower is something that snaps in,
the lower we couldn't,
snaps out.
it snaps in, snaps out.
Is it strong?
Because
it's
strong, but
what about a steak? A steak? You can eat a steak?
Oh, a steak, an apple. Try an apple.
We just actually had
we're going to show a video. I haven't seen it.
Right after the surgery, you know. So is
it painful? Is it painful?
I tell you, that is what I have to say of this last surgery. It has been an amazing experience to me. I know what I went through for so many months, okay, before. when it breaking, this one breaking off, again there. And I had to go every time through these pain lapses too. That's never mentioned anywhere. So when Dr.
So you had implants
Golpa,
before. It was very
I had
painful,
the
took a
lower
long
one.
time.
Well, the experience afterwards.
Right, it was
It
bad.
was, to me, it was not done right, okay? I'm not saying that implants are not good. I'm saying that that particular execution of these implants was less than desirable.
So this was easy.
This was a piece of cake. I can't believe it that it was that simple. I mean, you know, when Dr. Golpa explained to me what he was going to do, I said, "Are you sure that I will not have any pain?" He said, "Believe me," and he was right.
Is everybody
There's
afraid
never-
about pain, by the way? The dental
Everybody's
implant
afraid
patients?
everybody's afraid about pain, and you know the cost. You know, this is a much less invasive.
How many implants to
procedure.
give him something fixed in the
We
upper?
placed 4 implants. And
Really?
We took an impression and we gave him the teeth the next day. And this
Yeah.
is and we
Is it
had
like
we had
having
him
your
we
teeth
had him
back?
bite on an apple right away. So
You can't compare it with anything. I mean, if you had partials, if you had dentures, you can throw those away. Get implants, for heaven's sake.
Really?
And the one which, as Dr. Golpa says, semi-permanent. That way, only the Dr. Golpa can take them out, and if there's any work to be done on it. I don't have to take them out every
So
time
you
I
brush
go
them
to
just like regular teeth?
Absolutely. Use a water pick, and you'll be surprised how clean they are.
Are you go ahead.
I want to tell you one other thing, too. My other friends, they got beautiful teeth, but they can't eat a piece of chocolate. Oh, no, I got to get cavities. I don't have to worry about cavities anymore.
Because of dental implant. Now, is there anything that surprised you? Anything you were able to do, or a change in your personality, or
A
did you
lot.
smile more?
There's too much to mention here.
Really?
Your own personality, your own feelings, your own confidence, and everything else is gone sky high all at once. I mean, I feel.
But just because of your teeth.
Yes, right. Before I had a rack in there. You know, it was a disaster, actually, and they could fall out anytime. I don't know if you ever had, if I was afraid on these pictures, and the pictures will show it here, the picture cannot show how loose the teeth were, okay? And I don't know if you ever had loose teeth, anyone, but if you have that, you're afraid to bite on something because you know you're going to leave it behind.
No, okay, so we did a clip, okay? Or, I mean, you did a clip that you brought to us.
right after the surgery.
So
right.
they place these dental implants. So I get this correctly. They place the dental implants.
Place the dental implants,
And then he bit into an
he bit in
apple
an apple right away
immediately
because I want him to have confidence with these teeth, so he can bite on.
Were you
anything he
afraid to do
wants.
that?
Well, I tell you, it was strange that I had to open my mouth so big for a whole big piece of apple. He gave me a huge apple, you know.
But
And I
isn't
said,
the implant too loose at that? I mean,
No
isn't it-
way.
No, because with these implants, the beauty of it is you know we can gain enough stability to place the bridge right away.
If
So
a doctor
it's-
tells me that it takes 6 months for the bone to grab onto that implant before you could bite into an apple, I knew we were going to talk about this today, so I
Right.
asked around.
Right.
Are you just saying that's old?
That is old. That is the old conventional.
But they used to think
implants.
this, you're
well,
saying.
there is still conventional implants that we have to place for single tooth, and we have to wait for bone integration to take place. But with
Bone
these-
integration.
Yes.
Okay.
But then with these implants, we can put them in at a very high torque, so we can go ahead and place the bridge right away.
And there's really
And there
no
is
pain.
You
no
don't feel
pain.
it.
It's computer-guided surgery, so it's less invasive. The implant goes right into the bone. There is hardly any preparation. The implant actually cuts into the bone and grabs onto the bone. So that's what's difference between this implant and the conventional implant.
Now, we have one of your female patients that flew in for this interview as well.
Right.
Is it more men? I mean, more women than men, or more and more
It's
men are coming in?
50-50.
Really?
Whoever who needs, you know, who needs.
Do you
to
tell
get
your friends about
fixed
this,
teeth.
Frank?
A lot. They see
What
it
do they
every
say?
day. They said, "You look good." I said, "Just look good. I feel good too." That's the important part to me.
Are you eating
know.
foods that you stayed away
Any
from before?
feed? I can eat steaks even.
I mean-
Even tough steaks, you know.
Yeah.
Before I couldn't do that. I was afraid to leave things behind. You know, and that I was biting on my own teeth, basically. You know, not anymore now. I can
Doctor-
eat I eat hard candy, which I won't do right there because I'm always afraid to chip things, you know.
Okay.
But before, I could never eat an apple. I had to cut it like an old man, you know, in little pieces and all of that. No more. Now,
Does it make you feel younger?
oh, so much. I don't know how many years younger, but
You do.
it just feels good. Yes,
Is
I
it
do.
better than you expected?
Oh, there's no comparison to be made because I went through 6 months waiting time before I finally had the lower ones in it, and then to go through all these repeats and repeats.
But
and
not with
repairs.
Dr. Golpa.
No way. This is 2 months ago.
Well, then
this
what were
was
you
done.
doing different than the other dentist? without being negative?
Basically, there's a lot of dentists out there that they claim that they do this procedure, and they even advertise for this procedure.
But they dabble in it?
But then when the patient comes in, they tell them, you know what, you are not the right candidate. We still have to go through the conventional way of placing implants, waiting 6 months, doing bone grafts, sinus lift, and everything.
So you're the surgeon, and you do the surgery.
I do the surgery, and I do the from A to Z. Yeah,
normally that's done by two different people.
Exactly.
Is that right?
It's done by the oral surgeon or a periodontist, and the prosthetic part is done by...
And Frank, when did you know, when you met Dr. Golpa, when did you know this is the doctor?
Immediately, because I asked some key questions. I asked the questions, will I truly not feel that pain as I have in the past? And Dr. Golpa immediately verified that, said no way, because he knew what I went through, you know, as a professional. And I had to go through it as a client, as a customer.
Well, my mother is one of those people. I sent her to you. They said, not enough bone.
Right,
you said.
exactly.
So is there always enough bone, by the way?
Well, we use whatever bone is existing. I'm not saying that everybody is a candidate.
Okay.
But the best candidates are the ones who are losing their teeth, who are about to lose their teeth, or who had denture for maybe 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
So the longer they had the denture, the lesser they become the candidate. So,
Frank, there are other people that will, and we're going to have to take a quick break. There are other people that are going to watch this program. They have dentures, but they're afraid of the pain, the process. What do you say to them, the people that are afraid?
I would say this here, their biggest fear has been always what I have found out is cost. They always talk about, oh yeah, but so-and-so. I asked them, I said, look, I've been through the same exercise as you've been, okay? You survive and you say, oh, my dentures are fitting good and all of that, and how many times you have to replace them because they're no longer fit properly. I said, and we forget about that. In the meantime, you go through a lot of embarrassment that these things falling out. You have to put the glues in it. I call it glues, you know, to have them stay in place.
Did you hate that glue?
I hate that glue because I had a problem to get it out, you know, clean it out. Now with a water pick, now I don't have to worry anymore. I can even eat some candy and not worry about it, you know.
All right, now we're going to take a look at the video. You're in the video, Dr. Golpa. What are we going to look at here?
Well, we're going to look at, we placed the bridge, we secured the bridge onto the implant, and we had Frank bite on an apple right away.
Right after the surgery.
Right after, the day after the surgery.
He has his teeth the day after the surgery,
the day after
and he bites into an apple. Okay, we'll take a look.
Yeah, it worked out good last time because the infection, everything was already done for you once you got here. Yeah.
We do this in one appointment and sometimes in 2 appointments. We do the surgery in one day, and the next day the patient comes in and gets the teeth. That way they don't have to wait here. Really quick, open big, open big. You might feel a little bit of impingement on the tissue. Denture over implant. We do have the option to go with a fixed bridge, but I still want you to bite on an apple to show our audience how secure this bridge is. Great.
And that's directly after surgery. Want you to know it.
That's one day after the surgery, so.
Give me a thumbs up. Fantastic.
Frank, excellent. Wow.
Thank you.
Good for you. Good for you. And thank you for coming on the show. Very articulate. And Dr. Golpa, we're going to meet your next patient, and we'll be right back. You're watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. If you are thinking about dental implants, you cannot miss this next segment. We'll be right back.
There's a new secret to looking younger, an advancement so profound, it took a team of scientists years to create. A time machine called Zoom. Getting zoomed is the fastest way to erase years from your looks. Zoom is the most advanced teeth whitening ever. Only your dentist has it. Nothing works like it. Zoom Gel gently penetrates the submicron pores of tooth enamel. The patented Zoom Light super activates the gel through a unique photofenton reaction. breaking down the stain's double bonds. In just 45 minutes, years of discoloration disappear, transforming your smile to wow. To find a Zoom dentist near you, go to zoomnow.com or call 800-891-4895. For your whitest, most confident, most irresistible smile, get zoomed today. Make your appointment at zoomnow.com or call 800-891-4895 today and discover the wow of Zoom.
You are watching The Wellness Hour, leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, what you need to know about dental implants. We are here with another patient of Dr. Golpa's. We are here with Jean Sanchez. Jean, welcome to the program. Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Golpa, you said, at the break that Jean is like a typical patient. Tell me.
Right. Well, Jean came to me from actually a long distance. She'd been through many consults with different dentists and oral surgeon, and she knew that she had to get either denture or an implant.
So you were at that position,
right?
Where they said your teeth
right.
have to all be removed,
right?
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. And
right.
Then?
So when she came to me, she says, there's no way she wants to go to a denture, not even over denture, which is basically snap in, snap out.
She wanted her teeth back.
So she wanted her teeth back. So because of the periodontal disease, she had to have all the teeth on top.
Wow, what am I looking at there?
Well, basically what you're looking at a broken bridge, which is all, you have gum recession.
So the left side of her mouth?
Yeah, the left side is actually, the right side is actually all decayed down. The bridge was completely loose, and all the teeth had extreme mobility.
So the dark above her teeth?
The dark above the teeth is basically the tooth structure, which is all decayed down.
Okay.
And basically the bridge and every tooth, single tooth on top, had to come out because of periodontal disease.
So how did you hear about Dr. Golpa?
Well, we went to a health fair in Las Vegas,
and
I saw this picture. We were given a package and of health magazines and all this. So I saw Dr. Golpa's, and they had dentures on post. So I told my honey, and he said, well, let's call him up and see what he has to say.
No more dentures. I think that's what he put.
No more dentures, and they were on post.
So were you going to get dentures until you saw that ad with Dr. Golpa?
Reluctantly, yes.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Yeah.
So you drove. Now, by the way, I spoke to your husband. He goes, I think it's important to mention that we drive 235 miles to see Dr. Golpa.
That's correct.
So you drive over to Dr. Golpa. What happens?
Okay. We get there. We have a consultation with Dr. Golpa. He tells us what it entails, what it'd have to do, how it would look. So my honey and I, we go home and we talk and we say, let's do it.
Okay. So what would you have to do for her? Because all of her teeth had to go.
All the teeth had to go, and she was stunned as far as she was surprised that everything's going to be done in one appointment, and she will get a fixed bridge in one appointment.
So fixed set of teeth.
Fixed set of teeth in one appointment.
On the
right
lower,
after the surgery. On the upper. Her main concern was the upper one.
What about the lower?
Well, the lower teeth, she has all her lower teeth, and
your own teeth.
They're doing fine. So.
Now we have a video of you. Okay, so I guess first time you have your teeth in, the upper, and they're fixed, and he asks you to film it while you're biting into an apple. You had to be afraid of that.
Right.
Were you scared?
Well, not really, because they felt tight, a little bit. So I said, okay, he wants me to buy an apple. Okay, I trust him, I buy an apple. So
was it a little painful, by the way?
When I bit the apple?
Yeah.
No.
Not painful.
I went to dinner after we left Dr. Golpa's office.
What did you eat? What did you eat?
We went to Circus buffet. We had a little bit of
all right.
A little bit of everything.
This is the day after the surgery. I mean, there was hardly, any pain. And
how has it changed your life? Dr. Golpa say, I have patients that have changed their lives.
Well, it's more confident for me now because I work with people and I can smile without my teeth looking fake, because most people don't even know they're dentures. So, and when they give me a compliment, I just say thank you and keep going. But if I have friends that, say, oh, wow, and it didn't hurt. I said, no, it didn't hurt.
That's the surprising part about it. So, Dr. Golpa, so I understand this correctly. Because it's bone, that's why there's really no pain? Because
there's no nerve in the bone, and the procedure is done very
not a lot of
less
cutting?
Invasive. There's not much cutting. If there's CT scan and if the surgical guide was planned in advance, there's no incision, so there's no suture.
Okay.
But in Jean's case, we actually didn't have the surgical guide, so we placed the implant.
So did you have pain at all that night when you were eating?
No.
So at Circus, did your husband say, hey, you better be careful with these things?
Heck no, we took pictures and everything. Because after
Is this common, though, that people are this happy after they get dental
They're
implants?
all happy. Well, I could have had like about 40 patients here today, but then
after we had eaten so much, I'll go, and he took the picture.
So tell us about Dr. Golpa, and we're going to go to your clip right now.
Okay.
What was it like going to him?
Dr. Golpa was different because he was more like a friend.
Really? Okay.
He wasn't like, okay, I'm a dentist, you're a patient, okay, let's get this out wet and go.
Okay.
So it was more friendly atmosphere, rather than
because
a
he's
doctor.
very reserved on my show. Have you noticed that? But when the cameras turn off, he's friendly and smiles.
Yeah.
So Dr. Golpa, set up this clip of her. What are we looking
well,
at
basically,
here?
just like Frank, we went ahead and gave her an apple right after the surgery and have her
And why
bite
do you do
on an
that? Just to
apple.
prove how strong the
Just
teeth
to prove
are?
how strong it is, just so the patient will gain confidence, with their teeth.
Were
So-
there any tears, by the way? Because you have a beautiful smile. When
Tears?
you saw your smile for the first time, is it an emotional experience?
It's a happy experience because you have something that's permanent and they won't embarrass you, and people don't know that they're really dentures, but they're curious and say, because I told one friend and I said, well, they're
fixed bridge.
yeah,
They're fixed because they're not really dentures.
And
Yeah.
she says, what? And I said, yeah. So
All right.
she said, and then they asked more questions and about, how it was done and all of that. So.
Well, good. Thanks for coming on the show. We're going to go to the clip, and then we're going to take a break.
Sure, great.
Yes.
Now, these are the teeth. We'll just put them on. And it should fit right in. Wow. And slightly bigger.
Should be a screw in one of those.
Huh?
There should be a screw
Oh,
in one
you're
of
right.
those.
Which one? Good. Wait, yeah, you can take it back a little bit. So. All right. Are you ready to bite on an apple?
All right,
Jane?
So just bite the apple.
Just bite the apple. Hold on. You ready?
Mhm.
Got it. Go ahead.
Again?
Yeah, one more.
Eat it all.
Great.
You've been watching The Wellness Hour, leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. If you would like to see this interview again, visit our website at wellnesshour.com. Just put in keyword Dr. Golpa, and you can even direct a friend to it. So for now, I wish you good health.
Thanks for watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news with your host, Randy Alvarez, the authority on health issues.